Hey, Tara here with you, and I'm coming to you live from my home office here. And I just want to share a little story here with you about why I'm sharing this particular message. And let me share a story with you. So today, I was practicing and working on some content for a couple of videos, and one of the tools that I'm learning how to use, and I'm trying to decide if I really want to go with a premium membership or just a free membership for now, is the use of StreamYard. And um, it's been really difficult because I've been learning how to change my articulation with video, how to communicate differently by video, and how to bring out a message that's even more effective. And sometimes I just get really caught in all the details. And I have to learn how to allow going through a process and handing that over to God. Like, what area in your life do you need to give greater measure to the Lord for? Not just surrendering, but really giving Him the glory for the process that He's doing with you. And sometimes I think that it's really easy to get lost in the journey and in those small details, right? And sometimes we forget, we get so far ahead, we get impatient, or we don't know how to handle a certain situation. That's been happening a lot lately, especially because there's so many different opinions, there's so many different thoughts about whether or not, for example, our countries should open up or not, or there's challenges deciding, whether or not to go out and wear a mask, for example, or should we stay in an extra week or two so that way we can keep people safe for a little bit longer. Then there are those that they have thoughts behind what's going on currently, and they're thinking that perhaps there's something much more deeper going on. I'm not gonna go into those details quite because I don't want to get my video removed from Facebook or be in Facebook jail. I've seen a lot of people be in Facebook jail lately. That's not what I'm trying to get at. So at any rate, sometimes we have to make really hard decisions. And I just want you to know that I'm praying for each of you. You have a lot of love and support over here. And I want you to, when this video is over, I want you definitely to submit your prayer requests and let me know if there's something that's really laid on your heart that maybe you're not quite doing because it's new, you're nervous to do it, or you've watched other people get flack for it. But I want to encourage you, and I just want to take a moment to say, sometimes going to a new level, as scary and nerve wracking as it can be, it's challenging you to bring out the best in you and where you're going. And it's not so much about a quick result, but it's learning how to enjoy the process. And I have noticed, like, for me, my challenge is jumping in front of a video. I know it does not look like that I'm nervous about jumping in front of a video, but oh my gosh, you guys, I am every time I do it. And I don't know why, because there's so much in me that I really want to share and love and encourage you with. And at the same time, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm doing it again. And I'm always looking for ways to improve in that area. But every time I go live, I have to think about how I'm going to reach you, how the Lord is using me to reach out to you. And so, you know, um, video can be challenging. It can be challenging for anyone, but it can particularly be challenging for me. And somebody who wants to deliver out of perfection, you just have to let go of the perfectionism, and you have to let go of all these other things that are going on and just be willing to allow the Lord to really use you. Okay, there are some of you that the Lord has been laying a very strategic message, and He's been asking you to rise up and to really speak about that thing, but you haven't been speaking up because of fear of what others have thought about you, fear of the direction that you're going, because it's something new, it's something that's challenging, or you don't want to stir the can of worms, so to speak. Okay, but myself included, we have to be willing to overcome how we look to other people, because not everybody is going to understand us, not everybody is going to agree with us, and not everybody is going to get us. Okay? But sometimes there's a timely message, and sometimes things can be shared, even though they're hard. It's truth and love, and you wouldn't be truly authentic or real or relatable to another individual if you aren't willing to just be yourself and share that message. Okay? And some of these words are really hard because the things that we're going through are really uncertain and they're uncomfortable. And we don't want to talk about them because we still care about other people, but they have a differing opinion or they value us or see us different. You know what? It's okay to be different. And it's okay to allow the Lord to work through you to deliver a message. And some of you are sitting out on opportunities. Some of you are sitting out on a chance to lift your voice to Him because you're afraid of making noise right now in this season. I really sense that in the Holy Spirit right now. So I want you to know that I want you to start stepping out. You know, start preparing your heart. Ask the Lord to really help you to deliver really difficult messages. Because when He shows you something, it's not easy to deliver that message to other people. And sometimes it's a message that you truly don't want to have to deliver. And you know that it will be met with critics. But when you think about that, think about how Jesus was treated when Him and His disciples went out to share the message of everlasting life, right? Think about every time that they shared some written form of the gospel, right? That was a very scary moment, right? Because they didn't know when they walked into towns how they were going to be received. Just like when Jesus was carrying the cross, He didn't know how He was going to be perceived. He didn't really know what was going to happen. So He asked His Father for forgiveness for us. And it's kind of like the same thing, you know, we're doing this and we have a message in our hearts because we love the Lord and we want to serve and we want to give Him gratitude and we want to give Him thanks. And we really want to be able to relate to others. We really want to obey. Our heart is to obey, right? When you love the Lord, you want to obey. You want to do and serve in a way that is glorifying Him. But if you are hiding your talent, your opportunity to share, and you're hiding your voice, what good does that talent do? Because you're not really sharing that message. Okay? And I want you to start surrendering to people pleasing and what other people think. Okay? Start thinking more how the Lord sees you. Do you see yourself the way that He sees you? Do you trust His plan over what your thoughts and feelings are? Because if your thoughts and feelings are coming before the Lord, that's not Him. Okay? And that's like slapping the talent and the gifts that He gave you. You're basically slapping Him in the face with it, you know, because you're not really being obedient and true to where He's calling you to go. And there will be times of frustration. There'll be times that you don't want to deliver the message or you don't want to do the work that He's put in front of you because either you don't understand it, you don't quite get it, you don't understand why He's using you, but it's not really your job to question Him. Your job is to trust Him, trust His purposes for your life. You can trust Him, you can count on Him to carry you through. And if He led you to this place, it is because He has a specific plan and calling that is over your life. So don't let anyone dim your light. You keep shining the way that you are meant to shine. You keep doing the work that He has put in front of you and watch Him multiply that for you on your behalf. Because He has great plans and He intends to make that way where it seems like there is no way. And even though so many things are uncertain in this time right now, know that He is working your salvation out. He is working His plan and His purpose for your life. All you have to do is walk that thing out. And you guys, there are no shortcuts here, okay? But He will carry you through. when you feel like you can't do that thing any longer, He will be there to carry you through. All you need to do is to continue to seek Him and acknowledge Him, and He will direct your path on whatever it is that He has called and purposed you to do in this season. All you have to do is walk it out and trust. Otherwise, you're just taking the shortcut and going around the same mountain over and over again and not really getting anywhere. And it's easy when things look difficult or they're hard to want to quit and to want to stop or to leap and hop onto another project or do something different because it's difficult. But what the Lord is really looking to see is, can He trust you even in the difficult times? Can He lead you because you're going to stay teachable and coachable no matter what? Are you really going to walk your breakthrough out? Are you going to really push through to the other side? And right now, He's looking at you to be faithful to Him, to be faithful in the little things that He's called you to, so that He can make you ruler over much. So stay the course, no matter how difficult things may seem right now. Stay the course. You can be frustrated. You can even talk to God about it. You can even share your anger with Him. But at the end of the day, don't quit, because you're only quitting on yourself. You're only quitting on the purpose that He's called for your life. And if you're not willing to go do it the first time through, it's going to be much more difficult the second time through. And He's going to keep putting you in front of that thing until you do that thing that He has called and purposed you to do. So it's really better to stick it out with Him. Ask Him for help. Ask Him to put people in your life to help see you through. If you need the encouragement, you can go to Him for that encouragement. If you need Him to give you strength, you can ask Him for that strength. If you need for Him to make things clear, He will give you that clarity. All you have to do is to trust His purposes for your life and to step out into it and walk it out. He says, here's the open door. Here's the things that you've prayed about. Here's where I'm calling you to go. All you need to do is walk through the door. Are you going to walk through it, or are you not going to walk through it? And that is what He's trying to see. Are you going to be faithful no matter what? Because there are people that are attached to you. There are people that still need help. There are people that need truth and love. And no matter how difficult it is, we cannot propel forward if we're separated from the love of God. We just can't. We can't deliver that message wholeheartedly. And that's what people need. They need to be shown unconditional love. Truth and love is not easy to express. It's not easy to go up to someone and share that truth and share that message, right? Okay. And some people, the timing isn't quite yet, right? So that's the other piece of it. You've got to really recognize when it's time to share that message and when it's not. And pray to the Lord to be able to take that opportunity, or whether or not you need to say no to that opportunity. Because sometimes you're praying about an opportunity to share something or an opportunity to grow in a way. And the Lord has a door for you, but there's like 3 other opportunities that become available, and they all look really super enticing, right? They look like things that maybe you think that you should take on. Okay, until it becomes so overwhelming that it's difficult to make that decision, and then you're like, wait, which one came from God, right? And then you're like, okay, Lord, I need to come back to you. I need to come back to the drawing table, because I might make a decision that's not meant for the purpose and calling you have for my life. So you also have to know when it is that you need to walk away from that and when you need to say no. And the question you need to ask yourself is, okay, Lord, did you really lead me here? Is this the thing that you have purposed and called for my life? And if this is, help me to do this with honor, and help me to serve you in a way that leads to abundant life. Lord, help me to serve all the people that you've put in front of my path, so that they may see you and me. And help me to walk things out, even when it's difficult, even when it seems impossible. You are a possible God in all things. Stay the course, my friends. Don't get distracted by all the other things that are happening right now. Just stay where it is that He has you. Don't get frustrated. Don't be tempted to whisper, murmur, complain, and whine about Why this particular path and why now? Because the harder thing is going to grow you in a way that's going to prepare you for the next step. We cannot reap a harvest if we have not first sown. And sowing takes work. It takes digging. It takes learning. It takes strategy. It can be difficult. But is it worth it? Yes. Is your life worth it? Yes. Is the message that you're meant to deliver to others worth it? Yes. Just don't get distracted. Don't whisper, don't murmur, don't complain. Stay the course. Allow the Lord to guide you. Don't strive. And if you don't have an answer, step back and pray on it. Take the time that you need with the Lord. But then whatever He shows you, nothing more, nothing less, take action and stay with it. Stay in it, even if you don't see the fruit right away. We don't always see the fruit right away. Sometimes we have to be willing to do the hard work for a length of time without seeing a ton of fruit. But is it worth it? Yes. Is your life going to transform if you obey Him and allow Him to work through you and to shift some things and to do a work in you and to mold you as the clay? Yes. So, my friend, if there's a message in you that needs delivered, do the hard thing. Take the time to grow. Share the message and see how He changes your life for good. My friends, it's been a pleasure being here with you. If you have any prayer requests, if you have anything at all that you're facing that is difficult or it seems impossible, let's connect. I want to talk with you further. So just reach out to me and private message me. And even if we are not friends, feel free to message me anyway. I do check my others folder. And if you gain some sort of value from watching today's message, or if you're just now jumping on, I want you to go back and I want you to hear the message and I want you to hear it loud and clear, because this was a very subtle but good message. He has a message in you that He wants to deliver. Be willing to do the hard thing, even if it's not easy and even if it means sharing truth, because I promise you that even if it doesn't feel like a reward now, the Lord is watching. He wants to entrust you with more than just the little thing. He wants to make you ruler over much. But will you obey and will you stay the course in the hard time? That is what you need to walk out in this time. And I ask and I encourage you to take that to prayer. It's been a real pleasure to be here with you today. I'm still looking at my schedule, so just bear with me. But I want to come up with a time that's going to allow us to connect live at a more consistent time. And as always, if you have anything that needs prayer, again, please reach out to me. It was a real pleasure connecting with you, and I will look forward to connecting with you tomorrow. So just be sure to look out for a time to be announced. Have a great rest of your night. Be blessed, and bye for now.